Now, I think we can all acknowledge that getting into fashion is something that's been popularized by people on and around social media. And though it is something that is fairly easy to get into, it does sometimes have its challenges. And in this case, the challenge is knowing whether some of these fashion items are worth it or not. So in today's video, I thought it'd be interesting to have a look at some of the fashion items that I personally think aren't worth paying full price for. I'll also be giving you some alternatives to these items and where to get them exactly. So for those of you that are new here, don't forget to subscribe, and if you guys like this video by any chance, don't forget to hit that like button. Let's get started. Alright, so the first item we're going to take a look at are jeans, specifically Levi's denim. Now, unless you see a new pair of denim that you actually want, personally, I think it's always better to go for a vintage pair of Levi's over a pair that's new and hasn't really been broken in yet. In my opinion, there's a large amount of benefits when it comes to getting a vintage pair of Levi's jeans. For one, like I just mentioned, a majority of them are often broken in, meaning they do have some level of fading on them, and in most cases, parts like the bottom hems, the front and back pockets also have some de-stressing details as well. Vintage jeans are also a great way to add subtle details to an outfit for those of you that prefer more of a worn-out look. Now, when it comes to actually finding a vintage pair of jeans, I think we have already established that vintage clothing stores and secondhand websites are the way to go. And for those of you that prefer buying your jeans new, what I recommend you do is wait until the pair goes on sale. It may take you a bit longer to get the pair of jeans, but you will be saving a lot just by doing that. The next item on the list are graphic tees. Now again, unless you see a particular t-shirt that you actually want, personally, I think it's always best to go vintage, especially with graphic tees. Vintage graphic tees are extremely distinctive, and because of that, the chances of you seeing someone else with the same graphic tee is very low, and that's something I personally look for when I shop or put together an outfit. One problem though that I can say I have when it comes to vintage graphic tees is that they do sometimes come with stains, and that is what often steers me away from getting them. But besides that, I think graphic tees are great. They are a good casual item for your wardrobe. Alright, let's move on to jackets. Now, to be honest, when it comes to leather jackets, there are some of them I personally wouldn't mind purchasing if I actually had the funds. There are some brands out there that I think make outstanding leather jackets, from the fit to the quality and also the detailing as well. The only problem I can say I have with them is the pricing. Because some of these jackets are new and are mostly made of genuine leather, the pricing on them is typically gonna be high. A lot of care goes into the production of leather jackets, and the material used are kind of rare to find, hence the high price. With that being said, one thing I always suggest you do is to shop for leather jackets off season. They normally go on sale by then and are still somewhat expensive. And if you aren't looking to spend a bag on them, then again, vintage is the way to go. Vintage jackets have designs that are similar to modern ones and also have that worn-in look that people gravitate towards these days. Next are worker jackets. Now, I think we can all agree that Carhartt is the brand that's been absolutely dominating in that category, and there are a few reasons why that is. Carhartt jackets are built to last, meaning if you get one that's new or vintage, you still get a lot of wear out of it. Secondly, they age exceptionally well visually. It doesn't really matter if they're an old version or new, which is why I feel like many people appreciate them so much. To be honest, they are a timeless item regardless of whether they are a trend or not. And judging from what I've seen across the media, the older versions do often come with better quality than the modern ones. So if you're planning on getting one, keep in mind that the vintage models will cost a bit more than the modern ones. For alternatives, you can have a look at the work jacket from Ronnie. It comes in 3 colorways, and it also happens to be a heavyweight jacket, meaning it's great for the colder weather. And if you want one from Carhartt, then you can check out the Carhartt work in progress jackets. There are many different types to pick from there. Now let's talk accessories, and we're gonna start with jewelry. There are many great brands that have some pretty decent pieces when it comes to jewelry. Brands like Tom Wood, Mayansai, and Search Denim are known to specialize in items like your rings, necklaces, and bracelets. Mostly, the jewelry from these brands are often made from sterling silver and actual silver, which means they are built to last, but it also means that they come with a high price tag as well. Don't get me wrong though, the designs from these brands are outstanding in my opinion, but the prices may be a bit too much for some people. With that being said, you can never go wrong with purchasing your jewelry secondhand. The prices normally aren't as high and the jewelry is normally great quality. And the last item are belts. Now belts are an accessory that many people didn't really pay attention to these last few years. People didn't really see the need to spend too much on a good quality belt. And the reason for that is because belts are typically an item that can easily be replaced. Recently though, it seems belts have become a very popular item among fashion enthusiasts and have also become a staple summer accessory. With that being said, there are a few brands that have come up with their own versions of nice, stylish belts. Some of my personal favorites are from the brand Our Legacy. And there's also this painted one from Maison Margiela. The only problem is that they are quite expensive and I can't really justify paying that much for a belt. But anyway guys, that is basically it from me today. Let me know your thoughts on today's video and if there are items you think I missed. But as always, I really hope you guys liked today's video and found it informative. If you did, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Peace.